What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again, talking my Alabama Crimson Tide and Paul Finebaum. Paul Finebaum sent a message to all Alabama fans, and we'll get to that in a minute. And he was talking about the game that Alabama played against South Florida, in which we had some struggles. But guess what? My Alabama Crimson Tide came out with the win to the tune of 42-16. Okay? And the objective of the game is to win. And I know the score doesn't tell the story of the game. The game was a lot closer than everybody thought it would be. Alabama had problems on the offensive line due to a couple of starters not being able to start in the game, one of them who couldn't play in the game. So we had issues there. And then with the offensive line breakdowns, we couldn't get rolling until we made a change basically late into the fourth quarter. A change that should have been made, in my opinion, at the half. But it's all right. It's all right. Coach Kane Womack explained himself. Most important thing is Alabama, they won the game. And they can work on their deficiencies, put that behind them, and look to playing Wisconsin this week. Okay? So that's behind us. Let's move forward. All right? But for the fans, Paul Finebaum had some things that he had to say, and his message was, I think Alabama fans ought to learn what we all learned a year ago. Any hot take, any opinion on a game with South Florida is completely worthless because we got nothing out of that last year. And while I was hearing from friends Saturday night, people in panic, it turned out that the score says Alabama won. It looked like a comfortable win. Well, we all know it wasn't. And I frankly don't think it means a bit of difference, or it makes a bit of difference. It don't. It don't make a bit of difference. Alabama won. Alabama won. Paul Finebaum also goes on to say, I know that sounds like I'm just wiping it away, but sometimes that happens. The fact that Alabama could win the fourth quarter in such a dominating fashion is, to me, a good thing. There are issues. We read way too much into last week, which we always do sometime. The most important thing is to move on. Go on the road in a game, they should win. Like I said, let's look forward to playing with Wisconsin and putting our best foot forward there and leave South Florida in the past. We done took care of South Florida. All right? I'm sure Coach Caden DeBoer, Kane Womack, Nick Sheridan, they going to get this thing rolling all over again. They going to make sure that my Alabama Crimson Tide is in the best position to win against Wisconsin. So Alabama fans, it's way too early to panic. It's way too early to panic. All right. Alabama done had early struggles before. But in the end, they're always right where they want to be most of the time. And if you think back, I know this is 2024, and I'm going back into the past. But if you think back to 2014 and 2015, we had those early season losses to Ole Miss. And where was we at in the end? In the playoffs in 2014, losing to the eventual national champions, Ohio State. 2015, wind up national champions. So yes, early losses. 2014, SEC champions in the playoff, losing to eventual national champions, Ohio State. 2015, SEC champion and national champions after an early season loss to Ole Miss. Okay, so don't panic. Don't panic. Last season, early season loss to Texas. Struggling once again against South Florida. Where did we end up at? SEC champions in the playoffs once again. Alabama is the type of team as you well know, that can overcome adversity, early season adversity. They can do that. And they showed it once again on Saturday. They showed it. Now, a lot of people might say, a lot of haters might say, well, that was with Nick Saban. And think back now, just last season, Nick Saban was struggling with South Florida. And then the haters will go on to say, well, Jalen Milroe didn't play. Well, you're contradicting yourself then, because last season, beginning of the season, middle of the season, even at the end, Jalen Milroe couldn't get it done. You see what I'm saying? You're contradicting yourself. You can say, well, that was with Nick Saban. Well, Nick Saban was struggling. Jalen Milroe didn't play well. According to y'all, Jalen Milroe wasn't worth a damn anyway. Pick your side of the fence and stay your ass over there. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't keep continuing to contradict yourself. And we go into the game this season with Coach Kalen DeBoer. Yes, we struggled mightily. But a change was made. And we took off. It made the score look like the game was a blowout. We all knew it wasn't a blowout. But hey, like I said, we won by double digits. Matter of fact, I believe 26 points. So hey, my Alabama Crimson Tide got it done. They got it done late. And like I always say, an ugly win is better than a pretty loss. So you haters can say what they want to say, but Alabama fans, our Alabama Crimson Tide gonna be good. Don't panic. Don't throw in the towel. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's continue to believe in our team. Continue to believe in our coach and our coaching staff. Continue to believe in our quarterback. I was looking at old Aaron Murray. He got a podcast and he was breaking it down. He was breaking it down on the offensive side of the ball, dealing with Jalen Milroe, our wide receivers. Jalen Milroe wasn't the problem at all. You know, sometimes the wide receivers running ugly routes. He was pointing all that out. Pointing it out. And plus, I hate to bring this up because I know I get some backlash. Well, there was some holding going on with our wide receivers. But hey, that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. It wasn't called, so it didn't happen. Now, one thing my Alabama Crimson Tide got to do is get the penalties under control. All right? Had several penalties from the offensive line, the two new guys. But hey, that's going to be fixed. Those all that shit that happened in Alabama is fixable things as far as the penalties. All of them. And we gonna right that ship. We're going to right that ship. I guarantee you that before we get to SEC play. But don't panic, Alabama fans. That's my message. That's Paul Finebaum message. Don't panic. It's too early. Too early, because we know what our Alabama Crimson Tide is capable of, no matter who the head coach is. And as I always say, Nick Saban, the greatest coach of all time. But in an Alabama uniform, the crimson and white, Nick Saban didn't throw not one touchdown. He didn't run for one touchdown. He didn't throw not one block on the offensive side of the ball and didn't make one tackle on the defensive side of the ball. Didn't intercept not one pass. Didn't recover not one fumble. Didn't score not one touchdown. Didn't kick not one field goal. Everybody want to chalk the success up to Nick Saban, even though he's the greatest college football head coach of all time. But his assistants, his coaching staff, had a lot to do with that. And the players had a lot to do with it. The players, the team, is what made Nick Saban. Damn right. The team, the players made Nick Saban. That's just like anything else. The workers make the company. Am I lying? I think not. I think not. But anyway, just like this team, this coaching staff, these players, they're gonna make Coach Kalen DeBoer, and they're gonna make him a winner. Just like Coach Kalen DeBoer, he makes winners out of players. Because Coach Kalen DeBoer ain't nothing but a winner. And I done told y'all, and I done told y'all, and I done told y'all. This man, out of all his head coaching tenure, Sioux Falls, Fresno State, or wherever, freaking Washington, has only one home loss. One. That is crazy. So, hey, it is what it is. But we got to let this go. Let South Florida go. We took care of business. We got the dub. Let's move on to Wisconsin. After we take care of Wisconsin, we can roll in the bye week, get better, and start SEC play. And we got a big opponent to start SEC play. That's going to be a big game. That's going to be probably the biggest game of the season. You know it's going to be the most watched game of the week that week, week 5. It's going to be the most watched game. All right? Alabama versus the Bulldogs. They've been butting heads the past recent years. Butting heads. And the games have been close. So, we know that's a big game. And Coach Kalen DeBoer is going to have our Alabama Crimson Tide ready to rock and roll. And I'm telling you, this team, Alabama team, is out to shut a lot of people up, and they are out to prove a point. And hopefully, they can do that in week 5. So, hey, it is what it is, baby. Let the chips fall where they may. But Alabama fans, it is too early to panic. Too early to panic. And even if we have a loss somewhere along the season, don't panic. Don't panic. Because our Alabama Crimson Tide has proven time and time again that they can overcome adversity. They've shown it. They've shown it. And if need be, they will show it again, just like they showed it on Saturday night. So, hey, we in good hands, baby, with Coach Kalen DeBoer, Coach Nick Sheridan, Coach Kane Womack, and the rest of the staff. We are in good hands. And our Alabama Crimson Tide will redeem themselves from a terrible showing on Saturday night. And even then, through 13 penalties for 120 yards, 3 turnovers, offensive linemen on rookie mode, we still brought home the victory. Okay? Adversity. So Alabama fans, like I say, we in good hands. Don't panic. Too early to throw in the towel. Let's believe and let's trust in Coach Kalen DeBoer and this Alabama Crimson Tide football staff. Okay? Okay. We got a deal. So, on this Monday afternoon, I'm going to leave you. Would y'all be blessed? And I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. And roll damn Tide.